Morning. Good morning.
It's the world CNC. You know the roof on fire. We gonna put this on the Jimmy. Wake up the days. Like a room. We gonna drink drinks. I'm on fire.
Uh, I haven't been chasing MP. I have seen a lot of Momo on it on Twitter and stuff. I mean, if
Your headphones are going crazy a little bit. Unless it's me.
I'm not wearing headphones, so it can't be me.
Oh, must be me. Ripped market open, guys. Hood's looking interesting here. Keep an eye on that one for that instant spike.
Yeah.
And if it starts to pull back, I'd love to see it hold 95.50.
I wanted calls
on
on
the
Hood.
push.
I wanted calls on Hood so bad. Ascending triangle all day. But it just stayed within the range of the last 2 days. Only reason I didn't.
A lot of stuff was in that range, and the reason I didn't take any swings either, I feel ya.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I took a him swing, but
But it's not a weekly. I mean, you have plenty of time. IWM, not bad. It's right at the previous days. There's a little double top from yesterday. I'm looking at from yesterday. 223. Qs within previous day. Spies in this little rising slope thing off of the 621.
I wish everything would have waited to start ripping. Jeez.
Yeah. Seriously, that is the worst. I think we opened, right? 5 seconds ago?
Yep.
So anything rising into pre-market, like the last 15 minutes, I need a dip. Like Hood. Amazon's within range. We are getting a green candle here, but see, AMD had the pre-market push, but it dipped into open. From 6 a.m. it dipped. That's bullish, and I have 14344. Over that, I love calls. It is rejecting.
Intel just ripped, guys, and Intel's actually breaking that rising right angle triangle as well. To be very aware of that. We're already in some swings, but it's one we've talked about a lot. Intel just ripped first candle. Trim is never bad on that swing.
Yep. Getting over Tuesday's high, or right at it now on Intel.
I'm down to 240%. Those are the ones we bought last week.
I sold that early. I sold those Tuesday. That was an easy one.
We got that pullback on Hood. Now I want to see a secondary break of the high a day. I'm satisfied with the pullback. I want 95.50. So about 10 more cents I want to see him pull back. And then I want to see a push back up. I don't hate the top wick. I don't think it turns there today.
If you got AMD calls, you should already have a stop over the 14344. It's only been 2 minutes now. Love AMD. That little, like I said, dip, pre-market dip. Love this. Amazon's not doing shit. Tesla's pushing? Yeah, Tesla is pushing over 300. Wow.
I don't like Amazon that first day of Prime Day down 41%. I think that's bad. I'm very it could be, solid news where it rips off that news, but that's not good news. That affects bottom line. Hood here. I want to see how it plays at this VWAP. We got the little bit of pullback. Remember, these are scalps, guys. I'm not even going to put them in the channel. They're going to move too quick here. I top wicked again. Candle's not closed yet. Because if we get bottom body, and then this 1 minute candle, we get top body and it starts to push through high a day, I think we pick up big here. That's exactly what I want to see right there. And then a rip through high a day. Boom, just like that. That was a nice candle. 25% candle, just that candle. Let's see how this one closes. I still have not taken entry. I will let you know when I buy. What's SPY doing? Just want to peek. SPY selling off. HIMS is starting to push. We do have a HIMS swing. If it keeps chopping, I'm going to wait. If I don't get like the entry I'm really looking for in the first 5-6 minutes on Hood, I'll just wait because I am looking for that impulsive push play, or I'll just wait for the safer play. If I can't get the strong scalp I want, I'm not taking anything the first few minutes. NVIDIA is cratering. MU crater. That's why I didn't take any swings on these stocks. Google crater. But darn up another 2.5%. How much are we up on that now? Shares are up 24.5%. I'll take it. And I'm not doing anything with those. I'm holding those to like over 50. Microsoft, we want to watch the loss of 500. We're a couple bucks away, less than, 1/3%. Oh, but look what's ripping. Look at good old SoFi. Oh man, is that bullish? After yesterday, we ended up with the spin top candle there with entire body at the top of the candle, very bullish. And you can see how the whole body was above the whole body of the day before. That's exactly what you want to see for continuation, guys. Because we can obviously see how, and I'm sure Kate will agree with this, Tuesday's daily candle on the SoFi didn't look great. It looked like, I might want to pull back. But you don't just take bearish entries on that. You wait for the next day. You cannot determine that to be a hanging star candle, anything like that until the next day candle. But what did the next day candle do? The whole body of the candle, open and close, is above the body of the day before. Bullish. Instantly flipped back bullish. That's why you don't just take bearish entries on a candle like Tuesday's daily candle. As not just we're coming down, take puts. Always wait for that next candle, because it doesn't turn into that hangman candle until the next day's candle open and closes. And that's what determines if it is the hanging man candle. It's not the actual candle, it's the next day and how the next day's candle performs in conjunction with it. And now SoFi is absolutely ripping again today. If we hold 20 this week, guys, I am buying more leaps. Just an FYI into all-time highs, at least a year out. Same with Unity. We're testing that $30 again. So same strong stocks, overarching theme this week. Yesterday was a little shaky, a little choppy on some of these. Unity is strong again. Same as yesterday. I'm looking for that $30 break on Unity to take an entry. I mean, you can justify kind of the day trade right here, but I want to wait. I want to be extra cautious or extra safe. Sorry, this is KT stream. I'm gonna shut up.
All right. Take care of my doggy, my puppy.
It's SoFi is giving me Palantir hood vibes big time. Stacks of positive catalysts coming out, huge contracts, price target raises. There's a few companies that are constantly going to hate SoFi for specific reasons. I've talked about that 10 times. You don't need to hear again why I think SoFi's been held down. But yeah, very, very strong here. It just ripped 110% in 5 minutes off that pullback to beat up.
Yeah, SoFi's still going, huh? Jeez. Insane. That's that dip rip on SoFi, 2 minute. Boom. That is exactly what you want to see. Little dip in the open. Tesla's still going. Getting a little top wick here, but IWM not moving. Q's not moving. This is like we've been saying, individuals. Tesla losing. I like Tesla puts. Any pop on Tesla is a put to me. About to get stopped out of my AMD. We'll see. Got to break this 14344. Definitely profit taking. Just got stopped out. Yep. SoFi little Reversal candle in the 2-minute. IWM trying to get bounce off of that 223. Q's lower. AMD's right in the middle of that range. Wow, Q's just lost it there. Volatile open for INTC. What up? Dude, if you want to see whipsaw, look at INTC. Up, down, up. It's already made a little V. Like it's crazy. That's another thing about futures is you don't get that on futures a lot. You'll get up and down and you get chop, but
yeah, that sell off on NQ is very tempting, but we're in between levels for me, so I didn't touch it.
yeah, I almost got puts on the rejection of yesterday's high, but it wasn't time and like I don't play that opening candle on.
No, yeah, I agree. Same. It was a perfect rejection, but I don't play that early, so it would have been a nice move. But the amount of times I've gotten cooked playing that same trick, yeah, it's not worth it. Also, the Top Step Discord chat was hilarious this morning because the charts were down for about 10 minutes.
The like Top Step charts, or what do you mean?
Yeah, so like I mean I don't use the Top Step. I Top Step is like my broker obviously, but like I don't use I use TradingView for all my charting, but like the charts just weren't even showing up, and I guess like orders were freezing on Top Step early this morning, but again, I don't play the first 15, so I was just sitting back, but I guess a lot of people were stuck in positions and freaking out in their Discord. But you can like, I mean, the charts that are on Top Step kind of mirror TradingView, but I just don't like using them. TradingView on its own is better.
Yeah. Tesla put. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I like the Tesla puts. We generally come back down here. If you break the 90 MA on Tesla, 303, 90, you're going to get a nice. It is kind of wicking here, but we're like Holly just said too. We're still very early. I don't trade before 7 a.m. I did scalp AMD. I mean, IWM looking a little better. It is a bear flag if you look at pre-market. So, like he said, in this range, we're in yesterday's range.
Yep.
INTC back down. I know we were looking at that, but it's a double top. I mean, yeah, look at these zones on that. You guys can't hear me, just turn up my individual volume. I have my microphone. Look at main chat down on the speaker so I can record all the speakers talking.
Yeah. Wow. That was really, holy shit. NQ, just a cliff dive.
Wow, yeah, I had a little wake up and then lost it.
Yeah. Got smashed. Now we're at 22972 is a level we came from yesterday, but it chopped quite a bit here. It wasn't like a clean move off this level, so
the wicks on this SPY candle are about 60% of the day's entire range. So this is another reason I wait till 7 a.m. Let's see if there's data. I'm sure there is.
There's something at 10 a.m. Let me see. I thought I had it up.
One of the Fed presidents speaks. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's right. Just Fed speakers. Yeah, like regional Fed speakers.
Regional. Okay.
Like yeah, it's like Atlanta or something. I forget which one.
Yeah, I've been seeing the market wait till 7 a.m. anyway, even on no data. So we'll see.
Yeah.
IWM looks way stronger though. It held the range. Here, let me post this chart. This is kind of what I'm watching here. Okay. So 5 more minutes. The candle just started. Let's see what Qs and SPYs does. SPY is getting under this pre-market level that was held 5:45 a.m., 5:30 a.m. till now. You could look for maybe a double bottom type W move. Gun to my head, I'd be looking more at IWM. Let me check out some other tickers I haven't looked at. Tesla's just flagging into the VWAP here. Amazon, nothing. Meta looks better. Trying to get that move off lows, like I was saying for SPY. It looks like SPY, but just a bigger range. Meta does, which makes sense. It's $720. Roku was moving a lot. Let me look at that. Back down. I know it went over 90. Boeing within range. NVIDIA just bear flag down off of the TradingView 200 EMA. Really weak there. Chips gapped up in pre-market and got weak. This is what happened there. The 9 EMA crossing under that TradingView 200. I say that because it's different on Webull. I do use the Webull ones, but just what's on my screen here. IWM pushing. So you have divergence in the indices. Either IWM is front running a move up by SPY and Q, like Holly said, NQ, yes, or yeah.
Oof.
Wow.
Damn. Yeah, NQ just dying. No entries though.
Look at RTY, dude. I'm telling you.
Damn. Yeah, this can a 5-minute break and retest at this level would be nice, but it's quick in here.
NVIDIA is still in yesterday's range, but it is fading. The big level is 162.60. We're almost there. Yeah, NQ had that bear flag right under pre-market. No, that's not pre-market. What is that? Main chat. Yeah, pre-market, like a pre-market low. Already getting a rejection on IWM. NVIDIA is getting smoked here. Wow. Big volume too.
Come on. Oh my gosh, just running away from us. There's no good entries here. Just smashing.
AVG
Good Lord.
off a cliff. all chips are getting just destroyed here. My Lord. So AVGO, you look for that retest and you didn't get it. Right, like a Halli wedge type thing.
Damn. Even the 2 minutes not giving us much. It's just like there's no real safe. I mean, I want to chase this, but it's so strong to the downside. We're almost at previous day low now on NQ.
Big bounce on NVIDIA here. Swept that swing low, that 16230 swing low from yesterday. Let's see how tech reacts. New candle in 1 second in the 5 minute here. SPY still within pre-market. Q's way under. The NVIDIA bounce already turning into a bear flag. 30 seconds into the 2 minute candle. Bear flag under pre-market low. What's another one? Let's look at Apple, Microsoft. Apple, a little perk above to yesterday's close area. I have 210.61. Still needs to hold on that. Microsoft is diving like chips.
Man, everything is just selling off here.
Yeah. This is like go smaller size and chase, but you don't have the curl yet. It's like, what do you want to do? Like Halli said, there's no entry there.
Yeah, it's like it's so tempting, but it's not safe.
No. If you get smaller size continuation here, okay, but going full size on a chase is just not something I personally would do. Microsoft,
yeah, I agree 1,000% on that.
Microsoft getting that yesterday's low area.
NQ just hit yesterday's low.
Oh my gosh, Microsoft. Yeah. Oh wow. If I got in 2 minutes ago, I'd already be probably like trimming her out and definitely have my stop because you can get a bounce at any
Oh yeah.
And you said
Yeah, just waiting for that big.
You said the futures points are pretty substantial. So
yeah. No, we've moved already. Shit. I mean, fuck it. Let's see. What's that? 90. Damn, almost 200 points on NQ.
You need to do like just do like a run through on futures for us one of these days, next week or something, or end of July on the points.
Yeah, man.
The minis, all that stuff.
Yeah, would love to. Would love to. I think for me, that's why I like futures is like it's easier to define your risk and reward with futures when you understand the point system and how it all works, So
right.
You don't get the sexy screen shares of your percentage gains, but it's all about points, Man, big wick up off previous day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, anytime next week, really. I think I'm off all next week. Well, I'm be home in Michigan trading all next week, so that'd be fun.
Okay, cool. Anyone listening, just put in the main chat if you'd be down for that. Even if you don't trade futures, just to kind of expand your knowledge and learn about it.
I'll say, or if you find yourself like, for me, I traded options for 3 years and just I couldn't find as much consistency with the options. And then I got to futures and it was like, it's almost like going from the majors to AAA baseball. I feel like it's still tough, but the pitches are a little easier to see,
Cool. Yeah, maybe we'll do like Tuesday night, Thursday night, or something.
Yeah, definitely works.
Getting this little falling wedge on these, not getting the pop yet. IWM crawling up. Nvidia is just getting smoked. So do you look at, like I said, Nvidia, and then say, okay, the tech leaders are falling. How does that affect tech? Because I know you're not trading individuals anymore.
No, but I do pay attention to that. Like if big names, obviously if big names are moving, they move the market. So like, you know, if Nvidia's crashing down or whatever, it does mirror that. But I try to, things tend to all move together, but
Right. You don't have to
I do pay attention. Like it's more like if I see divergence, like if I see the market selling off, but like a big name is pushing up, I'm hesitant to, that's usually when I see it, is if I see something off, like if they're not in alignment, like NQ selling off and Nvidia is pushing up or vice versa, like NQ is flying but Nvidia is selling off or Google is selling off, I kind of take note of that, where it's like, ooh, that might bring the market down, and it tends to do that. So
yeah.
I try not to let too much of that get in my head though, because if I don't know, it's like if you follow too much stuff, you can kind of almost always convince yourself of something if you follow everything, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a classic Mark Douglas trick where he's like, people that they take L's and they try to learn more, like indicators, and he's like, is it the indicators or you just need to be better with your patience and discipline? You know what I mean? It's like, is it really, do you need more information or you just need to be better at executing, you know? It's kind of, I feel that.
Yeah, and when a trade goes against you that you know you shouldn't have taken, you have that feeling like I should have done that anyway.
Exactly. It's like, no, learning a new indicator is not going to like fix that problem. Fixing that problem is fixing why did you get in that trade to begin with? Not I need to learn volume gaps or EMAs or whatever it might be. It's like, I'm not saying those are all valid, but if it's not within your system, like if I take a bad day, I don't learn 10 new things because of it.
Yeah. This Nvidia falling wedge is breaking below. Pretty bearish. A lot of times you do get the break below sweep hammer thing that comes up. But it is breaking below. Q's is fully under yesterday's low now.
Yeah.
I mean, if chips are struggling, that makes sense with Q's. All of them. AVGO, AMD, they were all just Microsoft. Crazy IWM though.
We had a 2-minute close below previous day on NQ. But still waiting for the 5-minute to close and hopefully retest, and we'll look at it from there. If this can get a decent 5-minute close below yesterday and a retest, it would give us a nice possible entry with a decent stop loss. But let's see if it sets up. Well, if nothing else, this sell-off will clear up some clunky levels that we had on NQ, which is kind of nice.
Oh my gosh, IWM. Hey. That is wild, dude. Q's finally a wick here as it swept under previous day lows. All right, SPY. Still in this range. It needs that orb low. This indicator thing on my that Arsenic and E-Trades gave me. It basically marks the high and low from the first 15 minutes. Might be 20. No, yeah, 15. So right now I'm looking at the 624s on SPY. They're $74. We get 623.50, which we might. We're still in pre-market range though. I should probably just stick with IWM. That's been my baby lately, and it's absolutely moving. Okay, NVIDIA got the hammer.
Yeah,
What's up?
I don't chart IWM. I said I don't chart IWM, but I should start charting the small caps.
Yeah, it's with SPY at all-time highs. I'm like, I'm not trading that unknown stuff.
Yeah, it's tough. I hate when markets are at all-time high. I mean, I love it for my long-term account, of course, but as a trader, it's annoying. All right. We're going to get a nice 5-minute close above yesterday's low now on NQ.
Oh my gosh. RTY, IWM. Okay, I'm adding these 624s. I have not added yet. I haven't pulled up. Okay, I'm watching the premium on it, and it is not moving. That is weird. It's sitting completely flat. Huh. I like the chart, but the premium is not there yet. Maybe it comes in after the fact. So I like these 624s on SPY. We're up $3 if you're in. I have not added yet. It's just on my screen. I'm going to go back to IWM. I'm not going to add SPY. See, and IWM has to get over pre-market high. So I keep finding reasons to not get into a trade, I guess you could say. If it's not a fuck yes, it's a what, Holly? You know.
It's a fuck no, baby. I mean, it's smart to do that. You know, you got to tell yourself of all possibilities and all angles before you come into a trade. You know, like something I did when I was younger in trading was not consider all options, and you just think like, oh, it's only going to go in my direction, and there's no way it could not. You know.
Yeah.
So you have to always be aware of those speed bumps that are in your way for sure. That's why NQ right now is tricky. Like we're pushing up, but we have 2 levels above it, and we just rifle down here. Like I don't necessarily like going long below the opening print, which I mean, good luck if we even get back there today. So
right. I just put 624 needed for SPY. I don't want to get caught in the range.
If we get back out of this, if we get back into the back below previous day on NQ, then I think we see some strong, another leg down, you know, but I'm going to wait for that. We didn't get a setup yet. It just keeps bouncing between this level. So hard to watch that big move down and not catch any of it, but you know, that's just being a safe trader.
Right. If we bust through this, we're getting new high a day. I just don't want to be wrong and wrecked. The last time I added something and the premium wasn't moving, it was indicative of going the other way. So as I'm watching the contract and how it's moving, I don't feel good about it. That's why I didn't add that. I don't always do that, but it was probably 3 weeks ago I saw that, and I was like, I literally thought I should get out. The premium's not moving. And I didn't. Microsoft lower, NVIDIA trying here. I'll put that in main right now. Amy, are you in voice?
Yeah, I have a pile of 5 people who I have to go over their answers, so I figured I'd do like a little call instead. Of course, you can be on it with us.
No,
I don't want to do it for the whole Discord because
Yeah,
it's all the
that's fine.
answers for the
That's-
role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That'd be great.
So yeah, I'm gonna make a DM chat with everybody today. I'll add you to it, of course. And I'll add not Arsenic, I'll add E-Trades and Dodge as well. So we can do a little class to answer all the questions because it's a lot, you know, there's a lot to the answers, and I think it'd be good for everybody to hear, like, have a discussion about it,
Yeah.
you know, because the same people are missing the same questions. So I know what to go back and review.
Oh, okay.
And it takes a long time to go over those. So I think like a phone call is way easier.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm becoming my dad, the voice note king. I'm just gonna say it. My dad used to leave me all kinds of voice notes before he got into texting. There was some meme or something that they were like, older than boomers, that generation, like our parents, the 40-year-olds parents, so they're 60 now, would come hang out and never check their phone. And you're like, I texted you. Like everything they ask you is like, I texted you that, but they're not on their phone. And now that they've all adjusted to phone, they come over and they're the ones on the phone at dinner. We're like, Dad, put your phone down. I'm like, dude, it's so true. Okay. IWM still going. Yep. Okay, so you're getting about $14 here on that 624. I'm okay not being in it, but it is up here. I would rather be in IWM if I had to be. So I'm going to take the SPY off my screen there. I'm going to look at IWM. You have to do 224 in the money if you do IWM 0 days. So anyway, guys, a lot more going on yesterday. Microsoft is still diving. I have a rule that I don't long SPY with Microsoft or NVIDIA diving. They're both kind of diving. NVIDIA needs to curl up. So Microsoft is the highest allocation for SPY. I will play Microsoft with SPY diving.
So Casey, I have a question.
Yeah,
Instead of figuring out which ones with this role I'm friends with, can we make a channel that role can see where we do a little follow-up for that?
Yeah, you can do that.
That would be awesome. It doesn't even have to be permanent.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
You're up $20 on those 624s if you got in, guys. And you're in the money. So I didn't take it. $25 now. Almost 25. Anyway. Oh, good. I'm so glad somebody took them. I got shook out of my own trade. Great job, David. Definitely went.
You's getting close. It's wedged up. And what I really like about you is the last 3 days, instead of like pulling back from that 3 kings, the 3-bar setup, it held. Over the last couple of days, it's consolidating. Yesterday was a neutral doji, and then today we are, as long as we hold above yesterday's open and close bar. I think this can continue too. That $30 is major, but I do like how it's holding up here. I don't like that it instantly dumped down and rejected. Definitely like that. Same with SoFi. SoFi's starting to pop the VWAP again after a perfect 618 pullback. Could be a good second chance call entry. I have so much. I'm not going to take SoFi again today. I have a lot of SoFi, but I will talk to you guys through it.
SPY's hitting that target, basically the high of day. You got to be trimming here, I think. I did not get into IWM. SPY just went $30 on the 624s. 70. Oh, 8. It's not 30. I did the math wrong. 78 to 102, 101. $24. I mean, 20%er. They did not hit IWM. Q's got that curl, Holly, off of yesterday's low.
They sure did. I just spent the last 5 minutes looking for my cat.
Nice.
I was so confused. He's not feeling one. I'm like, where the fuck is he? And he's so good at like hiding. He doesn't respond to me sometimes. And so I was freaking out because I go to get coffee. And I'm like, I know I didn't let him out the door. I know he's in the apartment somewhere, but he's really good at hiding. I found him. Yeah, I mean, that was a nice curl on NQ. But again, for me, just there was no safe entry. I didn't get it. We didn't get a decent bounce. We didn't get not a safe one at least. And we didn't get a break and retest. So there was no safe entry for me.
Yeah, I was like, if we hammer off of yesterday's just under the low, sweep under, and you basically fail the bearish retest. You get under yesterday's low, you retest it, and you don't continue down. It's like, could be a bullish entry because a failed bearish retest, long entry, right? But you're already getting a rejection. You only got 5, 5, 3, 4. Well, I was just saying on SPY about 20%. You're already back down to the SPY entry. I do see.
Yeah, and look at NQ coming right back.
Yeah, a couple people in main chat were able to grab it. It's tough to alert it with the struggling premiums, and it's still in this range. Like, look at SPY's total range, just the candle bodies: 624.25, 623.18. It's like $1.20. That's what Holly was saying before he was looking for his cat. The range wasn't there for him, so. But members are going to scalp. I mean, great job, guys. That's insane.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not a scalper, but there's definitely money to be made there for sure. And you're right. Like, if you can get below that level and fail to go lower, then sweep the level, that is a nice strong move. But yeah, just not for me. If we can get back above 22972 on NQ, I'd be interested in going long. Because there's enough room back up. There's 100 points back up on the upside. So I like the risk reward there, but we'll see. We might just chop here for a second. Also, I need to start charting SPY and Q again. I used to for forever, but since I don't trade options, I don't chart the levels on them. I just chart NQ and ES. But I should get back to doing that just because they mirror each other, ES, NQ, and SPY and Q.
Yeah, I mean, I only took AMD as a scalp. Literally made $120.
So I went from 15 cents to 20 cents since I said it was a great entry, which is about 33%, but because it's such small contract price, it's actually about 25%. It's not really 33. So you got to take a penny off each side. Always remember that when you're playing like 10-cent contracts and shit. You take it because you're paying a penny more when you buy and you're selling for a penny less when you sell. So if it's like a 6-cent profit on a 10-cent contract, it's really only a 4-cent profit. Because that could really hurt someone buying 5-cent contracts thinking they sold for 2 cents profit when really you're selling for break even, not 40%. You know what I mean, guys? So just always consider that with super cheap contracts.
Yeah.
It's starting to break. Looks pretty nice here. I would definitely have a tight stop loss at VWAP though. Needs to push right here. I didn't take it, but I said I would talk you guys through it.
Yeah, that's a nice. Let me see what fib that is on SoFi. Got
618, like to the penny.
618, yeah.
Posted it in the chat.
2065. Yeah. Oh, you did? I missed it. I like
Yeah,
the
I think
candle
I
body.
did.
I
I did.
I like the candle body tweezer though. Oh, I see it. On my computer, the mobile charts are like not across the screen horizontally, so I miss them sometimes.
Yeah, that double tweezer bottom too. That's the 5-minute I charted it on. That's nice.
Love
Yep.
that.
Just 2-minute or 5, something.
As soon as you
not
get
the 1 minute. I know
as
that.
soon as you get the piercing line on the tweezer and you're above the halfway point of the last candle, that's the entry on that.
Yep. Everything midpoint is the most important part of trading. Absolutely agree.
Well, I talked us through SPY, tweezer bottom, previous high day. I really hope the people in Maine got out because that was the target. Only $1.20 range. Kind of sucks. PLTR is now bear flagging to new low a day. I like.
One more thing, guys. Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
No,
KT.
you're fine.
It was my thing was breaking up. I didn't know you were talking. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I just think PLTR is going to start to cut into yesterday's levels. So to the downside. Well, go ahead.
By the way, my Nike chart, when I posted those eyeballs of right when it hit our entry, the contracts have gone from 25 cents to 54 cents, over 120% if you took that play. I did not, but it was what I charted this morning for entry, and I put eyeballs in the chat once again as it hit entry, and it went 120% in about 15 minutes. I did not take that Nike, but I did post the chart and commented on it when it hit entry. Just like SoFi the other day.
I love Nike here because pre-market gets under the closing print from the day before. And then it's like, I'm in when you reclaim it, right? That 73.50 area or 50, high 50s. And then it's like your stop loss is right around there, right? The closing print, you get the push. You're just kind of riding it. I really like that because the US markets are saying overnight when Nike dropped globally, we took it up. What is that? 5, 10? I don't even think that's 15 minutes that our US market said, we're not letting Nike drop, right? Bulls said that. And it's the same with bears, right? If you gap up and you instantly are breaking below closing print, the bears are instantly saying, we're not letting that happen. And then you're just riding the bear side. So love that.
Yeah, I like Nike long term too. If you look at the daily, you can see how it's hitting its head up against that trend line. It's pinched against the long term trend line, and it's also pinched right on top of the 200 and right on top of the yearly point of control, not a short term point of control, a 365-day point of control. And if you put on a weekly chart and draw a line across the tops, it's hitting those right now. So this could be gearing up for an insane squeeze if we could pop through there. It's my favorite swing setup right now. And I haven't mentioned Nike in quite a while, guys. So for me to be mentioning it says a lot. I've been waiting for this price for a very long time.
This is why I didn't chase IWM.
Oh, go ahead.
Above pre-market, it did the exact same thing. Like we failed the bullish retest on the pre-market high. So This, if we chased it, we would be getting smoked by now. PLTR lower if somebody took that.
I'm going to repost the Nike charts. If you scroll up this morning and look at my channel, I did post Nike. And if you look even on the weekly, which is the bottom chart, actually look at the top chart, which is on the 4-hour, you can see how we're pinched right between a yearly point of control and the 200 SMA on the daily. We're pinched right at those levels at a multi-year. If you look at the bottom chart, that's a multi-year resistance. I'm talking 3-4 year resistance point there. So the longer we sit between that point of control and underneath that resistance, it's like a volcano brewing. And I don't really want to see it push over today or like quickly. I'd love to see it consolidate and hold the 200 for a while and then push through. And once we push through there, the algos are going to, it'll pop like 10%, like 2 or 3 days. Like, think of it this way. It's like if something's brewing, if you're boiling something, this or that, or cooking something, you want it to cook longer to get better flavor, this and that. I'd hate to see it pop that resistance line right away. Because I feel like if that happens, not enough people are going to be in there. The algos won't be chirped and it'll fade away and probably become bearish again. I want to see it really kind of sit in this area for quite a while. I'm talking at least a week or so, and then push through there with volume, because then you'll get that extra volume it needs to really push it. So this is a chart that I'm not talking today, I'm talking through the end of July. Check every single day to see what it's doing, because it's got like major point of control. You know, all the check boxes that I like to see are there. So just watch that one, guys, all my swing traders. Nike. I just posted the chart. If you scroll up like 3 comments, 4 comments, 10 comments, something like that.
Oh, nice ash on hood. That's why it's been chopping. It's in this pennant. Oh God, Trump, this fucker. He's talking about NVIDIA. I think you'll be good, Bria, on IWM. I know that you didn't do that on purpose, but look at NVIDIA. Yeah, chips are just, let's look at AVGO. They're still all weak. Go through them here. If you're break even right now on a mistake, Bria, I would get out. I mean, I've averaged down. I'm like, okay, I'm green. Now let me get some gains. And I'm like, crap, now I'm double. Don't do that. I mean, it could run. I think it's going to run, but I'm just saying I've done that personally. Yeah, you bounced right off a previous day high for IWM, which was closing print. It closed right. The market closed at that high. Apple call 40%. I haven't looked at Apple, have I? Oh, it was weak. No, it was strong. It was strong. Microsoft was the weak one. Wow, Amy. This is the Amy Apple setup. That crawl up. Held that 210.61 blue line. It's Thursday, guys. Take your profits on weeklies.
Nike's popping again. Those calls are up 150%. Even if you I just took that little pullback a few minutes ago. I made 50% in 4 minutes. Nike is paying today.
Yep. Beautiful.
Verizon as well. If you took the second chance entry on that, you should be up 15 to 20%. I'm up about 10% on my double down. I hope you guys are paying attention to that update.
IWM new high a day. I should have just taken it earlier. Jeez. Should have trusted myself. SPY is ranging. It is up, though. It's making a little inverted head and shoulders. The low a day being the head. and that 623.70 being the shoulders.
This has got a little Ferris right angle triangle going on here, guys. Lower highs. About to make a triple bottom with lower highs.
Member in chat keeps mentioning target. It is definitely moving, getting to Thursday's high, which, as you remember, Thursday we ran pretty hard. I think it was the whole market, but it's back up. I wonder if it's all retail, Amy. Nike, Target. I mean, Nike's a part of that. Let's see, Macy's. Macy's running. Yep. It's like a Prime Day post type push. Not Walmart.
Push yourself to show charts do not run off of positive or negative. You cannot predict which catalyst will be a positive one or a negative one. 41% down, that's substantial. They said your average Prime Days brings in anywhere from $250 to $300 million worth of sales. And if they were down 41% day one, that means over the average of the 3-day Prime Days, that's $50 million down in sales yesterday. That's substantial. And they're like, let's rip it.
Well, it's Prime Day's losing its gusto a little bit in terms of people have realized it's not as big as a sale as before. And the things go on sale a few months before or after. It used to be like twice a year, Prime Day and maybe one other drop. But so the urgency isn't there anymore. I'm not saying
it lost its notoriety. It used to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, I don't know.
The only thing I like to buy on Prime Day is Amazon products, is Alexa and Fire Sticks, and that kind of shit has really great value on Prime Day. Everything else, they're just raising the price. It's the same price 30 days early. I've seen 20 different, proof of concept on that where people show they raised the price 30 days before and then they act like it's knocked down 30% on Prime Day when really it's just the same price it was 30 days before. So it's just Amazon products, my smart home shit. That's the stuff I stock up on Prime Day.
Yep.
Amazon and some of the flash sale stuff.
The Amazon basic stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Walmart is still bear flagging. Man. It's like
my husband's obsessed with Amazon basics t-shirts. He loves them.
They're just like a plain color.
Yeah, just like the all cotton Amazon basic because they're super heavyweight. He says they're better than Carhartt t-shirts. And he works in the mill, so I believe him.
SPY climbing up, guys. I do like it. It's catching up with the IWM. Q's is still lower. I think Q's is going to break above on the bear flag. I don't think we drop lower. We held yesterday's low. If this bear flag was happening under yesterday's low, yes. The SPY hammer at 7:25 a.m. though. That's a reversal candle on the 5-minute. So very bullish here. We are in pre-market range, so
Apple calls are up 120% since I said I'm watching Apple 10 minutes in market open and I totally forgot.
Yeah. I said Apple's Microsoft down, Apple up.
Yeah.
Did you hear me say this is an Amy setup?
I think so. I might have. I've been in and out.
You probably muted. So the biggest red candle of the day on Apple is at 7:05 a.m. my time. And it was engulfed immediately. Like it went to the closing print from yesterday, instantly bullish engulf. It's like, that is your setup. That little false breakdown thing. Let me see where the fibs were at then. It got to the 618, to the almost basically to the penny on this. No, sorry. It got to the 0.5 on the candle body on the wick, the 618, 210.73. That's an Amy setup. And now it's getting the blue line, 212.70. This is my dream target for Apple for the day.
If you guys put a 618, a 0.5 and 618 fibs box and a blue line on your chart, I swear you'd have 90% win rates with the two of those.
True.
The combination is insane.
Google trying to curl out like I expect Q's to. If Q's gets over this right here, this 554.30, that last big red candle at 720, you're going to start to climb up, try to get previous day high and all that.
I'm looking at the same thing on NQ. If it can just clear out that big red candle from earlier, we're right at VWAP and another level. And I feel it just smashes right through, but it's struggling at that point. We got 45 seconds left on this candle, but I'm looking at the same exact thing on NQ right now.
Here goes SoFi, guys. It's starting to break a little higher here, a little cup and handle action. If we can break and hold this 2110 or so, it could really start to rip up to a high day test here. Getting strong. And popped the 618, pulled back, bounced off the 50% retrace, and now it's ripping.
Okay, look at AMD. Oh my Lord.
And I hate that stuff.
Freaking dip.
Which is actually good you trade it, because I don't. It works perfect.
I mean, what a dip rip. Holy hell. It made that new low 142 and went to almost 146 in 40 minutes. Good God. That's like 100.
There goes NQ. It cleared that level. Now we're ripping through the level and VWAP. There we go.
IWM new highs. SPY new high day. Any calls are green, guys.
Beautiful.
Order filled.
I'm gonna trim.
Order filled.
That was my trim. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. It just proves you're actually buying and selling.
Yeah.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Half them people are half the people that live trade lie about it. So yeah, let's hear them order fills, baby.
Yeah, I'm taking some trims here. I do think if we can hold this level in VWAP, we got a lot of room up on NQ. But I don't want to bank on that, so we'll take a little profit here. There was a 2-minute break and retest and a 3-bar at 22947. I entered like half size there, so with my first target being where you heard me say order filled.
Dude, Apple's going nuts here. Tech is getting that curl. Apple and these others. AMD's the only chip going though. Microsoft finally got the curl. So that's what I was saying earlier, Holly, about watching like Microsoft. And then you're like, okay, Microsoft is curling. Is Tech gonna go? Him's getting smoked.
No, it totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. I love seeing like when I'm in a position and you see all the big caps kind of start turning in your favor. You're like, oh shit, here we go.
Right.
You know,
yeah,
whether it be up or down, you know. But we got to hold above VWAP here. And VWAP and its level are right at each other. So it's a good spot to take a rejection. But if it can blast through, I'm not taking it. I'm long. So
yeah, nice job.
I just want to see it bust through here.
SPY, yes, sir. That reversal candle.
Oh, Mike Green, baby.
That reversal candle on the inverted head and shoulders is insane. It's 725.
Man, those bangs get me amped up. I'm such a fan of the NBA on TNT. I'm so sad that it's gone.
I know. Those guys should just start their own YouTube channel. Start their own YouTube channel and monetize it. Then they don't need TNT.
Dude, yeah, it's not a podcast too. I think they're gonna do something like they keep saying they're gonna whatever, like Chuck and Shaq and Ernie. Man, they're so great. They're so great. And like they're funny, but also like if you watch basketball, I mean, I've been a big basketball fan my whole life, and like they explain the game so well because obviously they're all just, you know, legends. They're all, you know, I mean, Ernie not, but like they're all Hall of Famers, you know, they know what the hell they're talking about.
Their gone fishing segment when they eliminate teams from the playoffs is some of the funniest shit I've ever seen on TV. My husband was like devastated when he heard NBA on TNT was no longer. It's like, thank God they're staying together, even on a different network, because like people tune in for them as much as the games. It was just phenomenal television.
During the NBA playoffs this year, when it was between when TNT and ESPN, like it was so noticeable how bad the ESPN commentators were.
Yeah. My husband will not even watch games on ESPN. He'll go to the local, because we've got a Fire Stick jailbroken. He'll go to the local and watch the local commentators because it's so bad. He despises NBA on ESPN.
Yeah, like Stephen A. and Kendrick Perkins. I'm all set on that.
Forget that.
Penny and Charles and Shaq. It's just great television. It's nostalgia for us watching them as kids too. You know.
Exactly. I remember watching that. Like even I was born here in the States, but I remember being like 5 years old in Iceland watching the Hakeem Olajuwon Rockets and the Shaquille O'Neal Orlando Magic, you know. So it's so nostalgic.
Absolutely. I'm not even on Discord. I'm gonna pull up these Discord comments. I want to see. I guarantee we see Dodge saying how much he loves that career too. No, oh my God. He's usually always commenting about the basketball. Must not be in.
Yeah. No, me and Dodge.
Yeah.
Me and Dodge went to the Lakers parades and all that. We were all, oh my gosh.
I was so
all over it.
Unfortunately, my Pistons took one from you in 2004.
I know. God.
That was great.
So were you, as like a Kobe fanatic, you were a Kobe fanatic before Kobe passed, I'm assuming. So did you like go down how many passed and stuff, Katie?
Oh yeah. Yep. We sure did.
Yeah, I can't imagine being like an LA Kobe fan when that happened. Had have been like crazy.
I've never seen that many people quiet. I mean, there's 2,500 people at the LA Live, and you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah, this shit was crazy.
I was sitting there like, we're
those
really at
moments where
Kobe's
You
memorial
know
or
where you
whatever.
were when it happened. Right, go ahead.
No, yeah. I thought it was a lie on my phone. I was like, there's no way. There's just no way. I will say though, it was foggy all the way in Inland Empire and Riverside. So the beach areas had to be 10 times as foggy. Like when they said fog in the helicopter, I go, dude, there's still fog outside right now, and I'm an hour away from LA.
Yeah, I remember where I was when that happened. I was in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Auto Show, and I turned to my colleague and I was like, Kobe just passed. And he was like, are you shitting me? And I was like, crazy, you know? I don't know any big soccer fans out there, but my favorite club, Liverpool, Diogo Jota, was killed in a car accident last week, and that was a similar feeling. We're just like total shock. 28 years old, you know, on top of the world.
Terrible.
Yeah, I saw that.
Terrible. And he was such I loved him. He was such a great player and such a good heart, you know? All right. And Q is trying to reject that level, but it's pushing right back up. It wicked all the way down. Right. I don't know how I didn't get stopped out on that. It literally wicked right off my stop. I was dragging out my stop to break even as it was going in my favor.
Man, that's so sad.
But thankfully, we did not get stopped here. Come on, just hold this level, and it can rip.
Yeah, we're getting a little chop.
Yeah.
Across the board.
I still like Microsoft here, Amy.
Yeah, Microsoft looks good. I agree. I was just looking at it.
Yeah, it's getting over.
I want to see us kind of pop. Oh, go ahead.
No, I agree. 500 has to pop. 500 right here.
Yeah.
We had a 2-minute close above the level, but that doesn't mean shit. We need a 5-minute. But it's a good sign.
There's I'm not sure. Let me look in the comments first. I don't know where I came across this one. All my penny stock people. There's a lot of you in here actually. I've been watching one. Let me see if anyone mentioned it in here. Oh, I mentioned it 20 days ago. So that PSCA is starting to look very interesting. It was up a lot yesterday and then it pulled back. The volume's starting to come in. I'll put it in the comments. PSCA looks interesting. I've still got a big position. All right, PCSA. Did I write it wrong? Yeah, I did.
Okay, new candle. Watching Microsoft. 3 white soldiers off bottom. I like calls. Damn, IWM. Look at this hammer on IWM. Holy shit.
Come on now. That was a nice fake out on NQ. That 5-minute close, really right at the level in VWAP, and now it's pushing up. So just get a new high on this 5-minute, and let's continue. There we go. New high on the 5. But yeah, my dream target's 23,075 on NQ, which is obviously quite a bit of ways, but I'm not sure if that translates to Q. I'll start tracking Q so I can translate that better for options, folks.
SPY 3-bar play with the doji middle. Classic.
Man, KT, that sweep on the that fail of the bearish move down was
Everything.
risky entry. I didn't take it, but it held real nice. It was really that second wick at 9:25 my time that really kind of solidified that we might be climbing back up here.
That was everything. I was like, oh, we're losing it back down. Reject. Nope. Wicked up.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted to take that short, and I didn't, thankfully, because again, always wait for those body closes. Man, the amount of things I didn't wait for that fucking body to close, and I cooked myself.
Absolutely. That's why, like the body, a lot of people like that with scalping. For me, I like that 25% retrace, lots of that. That's my trap zone, my bull trap, bear trap, dead cat bounce, whatever you want to call it. 25% of the move. Even if you don't use fibs, divide any clean move without a lot of chop into 4 sections. Once it falls that first section, I'm in.
Exactly. I'm
Beautiful.
like, forget fibs. What's the midpoint of the candle? You know?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I just cut the candle in half, and there you go.
Oh, absolutely. Every live trading I do, when we get a big fat impulse candle, if it doesn't pull back more than halfway after that impulse candle, you could feel pretty good about it holding. You know, we use that in scalping. It's a midpoint on anything. A 1-minute candle, a 5-minute candle, a full range, midpoint on a gap fill, midpoint on a wedge, midpoint of anything in the midpoint of a volume shelf. Most important level in all trading. If you remember anything you've ever been taught by any of us, it's the halfway point of anything, because that's what the algos are programmed to pay attention to.
Yeah, and it's funny when you don't do it, and you're like, wait, how is it pulling back? You're like, well, we're only not even a third way through this candle that just pushed up. What do you expect? And so you don't want to be blind to that, because trust me, I've been blind to it before, and then you get cooked enough times, you're sick of it.
Absolutely.
NVIDIA trying to curl here, trying to catch up with AMD.
Amy, you heading to South Haven anytime soon?
No, I was there around the 4th of July through the 4th of July. So probably not, honestly, till my birthday or even Labor Day, because we have a motorhome. So we tend to go south more.
Sure.
And into Wisconsin for weekends. But we only got 2 weekends all year. So
I was so bummed I couldn't go to 4th of July weekend in Michigan. I usually always do to go to South. One of our family friends lives right on the corner by the Legion, has that White House that overlooks the lake. It's always a great spot for fireworks. But I had to be in Chicago for NASCAR.
yeah,
We sponsor a lot of drivers, so I had to stay here for
okay.
the race.
That NASCAR race in Chicago, I went the first year where it got rained out and ended up being on that Monday. So sick. The coolest, like anyone that like loves Chicago and is a native of Chicago, to see all the streets shut down for NASCAR, it's such a cool thing. Like,
It's so cool.
yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
I agree. And I'm not even a huge NASCAR fan. I've been to 50 NASCAR races probably, but I'm not even a huge NASCAR fan. But to see that is so cool. You're right. It's like they're driving on Michigan Avenue and Lakeshore Drive, and like it's an actual street race, not like a street race where it's like clean pavement. Like they're driving over like paved potholes and shit,
Oh yeah.
Exactly. It's just so sick. The whole city that weekend is just really cool. Better than, I mean, for me, it pretty much trumped every event in the city that I've been going to for years. Like that weekend, just the whole energy. And I went back the next year. So I've been there two to three that they've had so far. Just absolutely loved it. So cool. Such a cool event. I love Blues Fest too.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, Blues Fest is fun. It's like the 4th of July, but not as crazy. Got all the food and the music and shit. It's a lot more tame than like what would I compare it to? Like Taste of Chicago, but like a third of the size. Yeah, like the taste. I hate the taste. It got crazy. Like in high school, it was fun to go downtown on the trains and this and that, but it became such a shit show of people. It's misery unless you're like a tourist. It's so crowded. I don't know how anyone likes that shit. Ugh.
Yeah. What I liked about NASCAR coming here too is it brought a lot of people that wouldn't come to the city otherwise, because they kind of like watch the news and believe it,
Fresh, like the city. So
Yeah.
Downtown is the cleanest, most beautiful lakefront, I would say, I've been to a lot of cities, maybe I'm biased, but Chicago is so beautiful. People are like blown away, like, holy shit, it's not ghetto. No, it's not ghetto unless you got to the west side, or so. Yeah, I think people are surprised when they actually come, what it actually is all about in Chicago.
Yep.
It's catching a little bit interesting here. I don't know if Justin's even on, but that 120 down to 100 played out.
He caught Meta.
I'm here, darling. I'm here. I'm always here.
Always listen. And mental note, never shit on Justin. He's always listening. No, just kidding.
Well, you guys talk all the shit you want, but I'm always listening. I should have alerted that reversal on Meta that I took. Ugh.
Come on, Q.
Yeah, I'm like
waited all morning for that play.
I'm like aiming
all
today.
morning for that reversal.
I'm just not comfortable. I want IWM. I knew you were taking Meta. NVIDIA kind of rejected my trigger for calls. The only thing I like here are PLTR puts. Meta was beautiful, though. That failed bear flag. You've been catching that over and over.
I try.
All right.
Come on, PLTR, break it. IWM melting the freak up all day. Holy shit balls, dude. Jeez, Justin. Oh, Lord.
Oh, brother, that is not a story we want to get into. I promise.
Let me just say this for the stream. So Miyagi here. Actually, I can put it up here. Miyagi here posted. I posted a Chicago dog, which I
Oh yeah.
don't want anything to do with.
Our dogs are great. Minus the sport peppers. I don't need the sport peppers, but
Well, Holly, we drove by my house a couple times. There's a Portillo's. Did they say Portillo's? I don't even know. Anyway.
yeah, Portillo's.
Oh, they say the L. Okay, so Portillo's.
There's Portillo's.
Do you?
That's
Portillo's.
your Spanish.
Oh, dude, I'm in Southern California, Mexico in an hour, so I'm not seeing.
I got those tortillas.
I'm not seeing a double L and in it. But so yeah, there's a Portillo's 20 minutes from my house. Maybe I got to try it out again. We almost went, Holly, but it was closed.
Portillo's good down there. I've heard it's not as good in South, but I just get the Italian beef, double dip that bitch.
If you want, eat it on the patio, and I will stab you, so it feels like you're, at home.
Dude, the fucking that Brad from Taqueria Shinkanya.
Yeah, that made me hungry. I was like, I need to make lunch right now.
Yeah, that shit was so good.
Poppy seed bun, though.
NQ.
You could put anything on seed bun.
Honestly, poppy seed, it's not necessary. Put it on a brioche, it's better.
But poppy seed, everything is just fire, dude. So Miyagi posts despicable. I don't know if it's fair food or what. It's like, what is that candy? What is the name of that candy? It's like rocks. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, it's on cotton candy. It's like cotton. No, it's not Pop Rocks. It's like it looks like colorful pebbles that you crunch. called? Send chat, please. Here, I haven't seen those in years.
I have no
I
idea.
don't think they exist anymore.
Oh, nerds. Someone just said it.
Oh, those are nerds? Okay, right. Yeah. So, God, that's disgusting. You know those nerds gummies? Oh my gosh, those are amazing. Anyway,
Those are fire.
dude, they're so good.
Okay.
You're good. So then Justin said, "Looks like my ex, except need a few more wieners." Jesus, that hurt my soul. Let's see. Do I have the Price is Right sound? I was gonna play the room. Okay, I don't have it. I'll play crickets. I was like, "Oh, story time." He's like, "No, we're not getting into that story." Yeah, nerds gummy clusters, dude. Those are so good. PLTR, it is coming down. Meta's still going up. IWM, oh my gosh, dude. I scalped it twice. I wish I just freaking held it. I think Q's is going to get the second move up. It's the only thing not moving up. Come on, BLTR. Flush down. Some choppiness, but there's some opportunity today.